and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, man, bring it.
Subscribe to 98.5. If you want to be alive, what you going to talk about?
Start track blast.
Skid it a lot to do. I don't even know what song this is. I know it's
Queens of the Stone Age?
I know it's Queens of the Stone Age, but remember when we first started, that we just let the listeners decide, and they picked Nicholas's song, which I did not care for. It was an undeserved victory for Nicholas very early in the proceedings.
Thank goodness I wasn't part of the show then. Can you imagine the crap I would have thrown at you guys to have the show in?
Well, Hardy had a weird one. He had the madness. It was like a very heavy, like a very ska thing.
I think you would like that.
Do you remember Wallach's?
Yeah, it was all along the watchtower.
Everyone remembers that one. Yep.
Yeah, he wanted a nom feel. He wanted everyone to go like it's a 1970s nom film. Dude. I don't even remember what mine was. I think I had two, but they weren't picked. And I don't remember precisely what they were because I don't know if I've listened to them ever again. But nonetheless, download the podcast anywhere you can get podcasts. If you happen to be in your automobile right now and you would like to hear the whole show. Now, Jonathan.
Yes.
Everyone is being very persnickety. They're parsing their words. But apparently something is going on in your life. I don't know what's happening. I just know that I'm hearing drips and drabs. What's going on with you?
Every once in a while, I'll get asked to speak to students. You remember a few weeks ago, I went to Dean College.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's cheating right. It. Yeah, right. Yeah. You come to Emerson. Right.
I did.
It's 2-3 hours of your time. Not a big deal.
So I will.
I'll be on the cot. Yeah. Everyone, come in. Welcome in.
I do class slash office hours same time.
Right.
So some of the kids might be getting up and coming in to talk about their quote unquote grade. I don't believe in grades.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Pass, fail, whatever.
Right, I'm gonna hand two of you broads a script. And we're going to act this thing out.
Don't worry about that bed in the corner.
One of you could be Rocky Suarez. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Hey, Double Bubble, want to roll? Let's go. All right, Jonathan. So, yes, you do things. You talk to the youth. Everyone's looking for their next Isaac, right?
Right. So I was asked, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago to speak at my two sons' former middle school on career day. So I was
middle school. So you were asked to come into where they're not currently attending school.
Correct. I was asked to speak at Kennedy Middle School in Natick for career day, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's named after RFK.
Yes, I'm sure it was. I'm not sure which Kennedy it was named after. Could be
RFK
JFK,
Jr.
RFK. I have no idea.
Rose.
Could be Rose. I don't know.
School uniform is a black dress.
So I was asked and I accepted. This is 6 weeks ago, and I hadn't heard back. And yesterday I was told I was not needed. And last night I found out why I was not needed. I have been replaced by Marc Capello, who works at this radio station. Mark will be speaking at Career Day instead of me tomorrow at that middle school.
Wait, whoa, okay. Does he have kids at that school?
I don't believe so. I don't think he does, no.
This is like that Seinfeld.
So
where you've been bumped for the science fair.
Marc Capello has worked either at the Sports Hub or WBCN for 25 years?
I was going to say 30.
Yeah, I mean, so I started at BCN in 2003, and I think he had been there already because they had been doing the flagship stuff for the Patriots. So, yeah, let's say 25.
Marc Capello, if you go to Patriots games, you will see him sitting in between Bob Sosey and Scott Zolak.
Mm-hmm.
And he is technically the producer of the Patriots broadcast. One of the producers.
He does stuff for the Bruins as well.
Right.
Similar role.
But most notably, he is Zolak's get-back guy.
Yes.
So
right.
when there is a big play happening on the field and Bob is, doing the call, he will put his arm out and physically touch Scott to let him know, don't step on the call, don't talk over Bob, and when it's safe, do it. And he'll hand the pieces of paper back and forth to the two of them for their live commercial things that they have to do during the game. So
he's involved. He's actually involved in the play-by-play broadcast, unlike Jonathan.
I think
I see what you did there.
You cracked the code as to why he would be chosen over John.
Physically there, and I am not.
Which is an insult, really, to all of us, because John's role on this show is obviously inconsequential. They're looking for someone that's actively involved with play-by-play. Seemingly that is a more valuable profession than what we do every morning.
Right. Now, I don't want to blow up Capello's spot in terms of what he's going to be talking to his kids about, but he's got ideas that transcend sports and broadcast.
Yes. Yeah, it can't be contained by this medium.
Yeah,
no.
It's all about unity.
Yeah.
And environmentalism.
Tolerance.
Yes, that's what he loves. He's a Newton guy, too. I think he grew up in...
Well, he lives in Natick.
Oh, okay, but he grew up, I believe, in Newton because he's always bitching about Newton politics, and I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
I don't know who the mayor of Newton is. I don't know anything about what's going on there. But he has, it seems, encyclopedic knowledge of everything that's going on in Newton politically. I don't know anything. But, Jonathan, how did you get usurped, and how did you find out?
I found out yesterday. I got an email yesterday, and then I was wondering why, because they hadn't been in contact with me ever since I said yes, and I figured, okay, let's find out. And then last night, I bumped into one of the teachers at the school, and I was discussing Career Day with him. And he said, yeah, we have this guy, and this guy. And Mark's name came up. I said, that is the reason. I don't think you have two guys involved in sports for Career Day. So Mark will be there, I guess, holding up the sports end of things tomorrow.
What an odd. How long have you been planning to do this with you?
6 weeks.
And they just canceled you out of the blue.
Never heard back from them. I mean, I was wondering as we got closer to the date, I'd never heard back from them, so I finally reached out, and that was the answer I got. The correct phrase I believe we got was off the hook. So I was off the hook. I did not have to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's so odd. What a clumsy way of handling things. Honestly, that's fairly insulting. They ask you to do something, you agree to do it, you're taking your own time, you set aside the time, and then they don't even bother getting back to you. But then you reach out and they tell you, by the way, yeah, we don't need you. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. It's very poorly run. Like, forget about the Capello angle of it. It's just like, why because I've heard you talk about this before. You were planning on doing it.
Yes.
And then they just, it lends a lot of, you should be very happy your kids went to that school.
Maybe
they're obviously buttoned up over there.
Maybe we bump what we had planned for 8, and instead we let John deliver his address and his prepared remarks.
I had no prepared
And that
remarks.
way, if the kids are on their way to school, maybe we should do it at 7. Yeah, maybe at 7, you just do that, John. And that way the kids get both.
Right. I remember. It's interesting. I asked my son, one of my kids, yesterday. Did you listen to the show? We did this during the show. Did you listen to go? He goes, no, I don't listen to you at all.
No.
Do you think that Capello could be there to see if people are citizens,
or maybe to groom or maybe to groom them to lean a certain way?
I don't love the word groom, but I.
My mistake.
Sorry. I don't think Capello likes that either.
My mistake. I apologize.
There is a certain person, sadly, who's no longer with us, who was making inroads in a lot of schools in America with his turning point. And I think maybe Capello is trying to keep that going. Maybe trying to get some new chapters started. So he'll.
So Capello will sit there and he'll earnestly debate while they're there. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Well, what a hackneyed approach to asking people to help. I mean, that's. I don't know why they wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, hey, we really appreciate you wanting to come in. Absolutely. We have just leave it open ended. Like we have, I think that just make it up. We have 3 parents coming in of kids that are in the class. We obviously love to have you, but you don't, some parsing of it where you could come in if you want to,
right,
but you don't have to come in if you don't want to. Some way of some decorum. Very odd the way that they handled that thing.
So this is kind of interesting, though, because Career Day, John, obviously you've been asked to speak at it. I've done these, a couple of times over the years. So it is a thing, but do you ever remember having that in school? Like as a kid, like other your friends' parents coming in to talk to you about what they did for a living?
No, and to my knowledge, it never happened in my kids' school. Now they could have just not asked me to do it, and my kids never told me about it. I only know Career Day from TV, from sitcom tropes, where they King of Queens or something when they have Career Day and it's full of laughs. No, I didn't know that they really did that. I did host a fundraiser for the elementary school.
I remember you had a problem with that.
No, I didn't.
Or there was something about a birdhouse.
Oh, no, I didn't host that. Oh, yeah, okay.
You were on stage.
That was nursery school. Oh, yeah. I did
It's a good story.
Well, for the big one for Bowen, the reason that one was good is because I stayed sober and everyone else got drunk, so it was a very rare perspective of seeing how people behave, people were crying and stuff like that.
I get to feel a little superior too.
A little bit. I just remember Milo was really young. My daughter wasn't even going to Bowen yet. And it was a big auction. My ex-wife had put it together, this big auction. Trips to Europe, real big stuff. And I was like, okay, so I got to stay sober because I don't know these people. It's a big drinking thing. So I was like, because you want people loosened up to bid on stuff. And it was just funny. Women were super flirtatious and there was crying and overbidding on things. And it was just a very interesting perspective because normally I would be in the scrum and that I was on a stage watching all these people were normally I'd be the drunk one. It was very fascinating from that perspective. But there was an event, very small event, at my daughter's nursery school when she was in nursery school. And it was a very low rent auction. And this is an insult to the elementary school, but it wasn't big market items. And it was only, say, 30 people at this thing. And some parents had made some birdhouses. And so I'm selling birdhouses to people, essentially. So I'm making light of it. If I recall correctly, and this was, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, I'm making, jokes kind of just, come on, this is for the school. What do you want? It's a birdhouse. Something like that, right? It's in front of 30 people. I figured this is a group of friends. And this guy goes, "You mock the birdhouses."
No.
I made the birdhouses. You mock the birdhouses. And it became this whole thing. And very confrontational and very strange. And then the school handled it as if this was a two-way situation where I was somehow implicit in this dust up.
You started it.
And
it's
I was
your fault.
And I just remember being in Newton Center, going to breakfast and talking to someone from the school and being like, What are we talking about?
Yeah.
You asked me to host something stupid thing. I got up there with this dumb crap, and in front of 30 people, that they're all parents of kids in the class. What the hell's going on? It's in like a cafeteria. What the F is going? Like I said, what the F is going? What the F are you talking about? Leave me alone. I don't want to do any of this. Like it was like weird and uncomfortable, and I don't like it. I don't care what I did. I don't care what you think about what I did. You can't have hecklers at a effing auction. I don't care what I did. Like literally anything I did. There's no kids there. I could have gone up there and done a Jerky Boys routine. Screw you. Just everyone sit down and shut up. How about that? And I'll talk. You idiots.
Did they ask you back the next year?
That was her last year, though.
Oh, all right.
Too bad.
No, I'm guilt-free about that. I mean, it's like, seriously, I mean, you can relate. Like, I'm up in front of 30 people, big deal. I don't care what I did. I don't care if I whipped it out. Shut up. Sit down and shut up. That's all.
That's a fun night, yeah. That's the vibe.
I tried to make it fun, but apparently you can't insult the birdhouses.
No. You say birdhouse, all I can think about is having Aaron the King Wizard come in and build a birdhouse for us once on the WBCN night show, because he said he was a master carpenter. So we had a birdhouse kit, and just all the pieces are like, all right, master carpenter, put this together.
You sweet bitch.
That's right. So Robbie and I sat there and heckled him for 2 hours while he was putting this thing together.
I'll give you a train, all right. 9 motherfuckers against your ass like a sweet bitch.
Oh, I wish I could have hosted it the next year and had him up with me.
Kiss this right here.
And had him sell the birdhouses.
He was the best.
$20, you sweet. I'll make you my wife.
You white mother effers.
Yeah.
Too many white people in this room.
Yeah, he did not like white. From what I understand, he did not like white people, and the threat was always male on male sex was going to be your punishment.
I'll give you a train, all right. 9 motherfuckers against your ass like a sweet bitch.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved threatening to sodomize people.
Oh, he would have been. He and who's our friend who's out of jail and doing the podcast circuit? They would get along famously.
Oh,
Fleece
Johnson.
Oh yeah, Fleece.
Who I do question his ability to make me have sex with him. Fleece Johnson of all people.
Kiss this right here, you sweet bitch.
It's sexy.
John, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so someone from the school definitely heard your conversation about the cartwheel / death spiral last week and backpedal big time.
Oh, Wallach, yes.
That's where the shunning came from.
Yeah, they're afraid that it's mating season. It is the spring and pollen is in the air, and that means that the John's kind, they do mate. Death spiral. What the heck? Why'd you shun me?
Sex plunge.
Maybe you're lucky that they canceled it, because now, you did bring up. I had forgotten about the bird. I chose to remember the good one, and I see if it's an event. That's
the birdhouse is such a good story.
The last time I did one of those, Fred, I used to do it for my kids' elementary school at the Linden in West Roxbury, and we had a lot of fun. I knew a lot of the parents in the room, and I really thought I killed it, to the point where they had me come back and do it 1 year after we had moved. But that last year, one of the things to auction off was the gym teacher, who was this young man, this strapping young man, who would host it like a gym class for a day for your kid's birthday party. He would come set up, like games and stuff and obstacles. And the bidding wasn't getting high enough, so I instructed him to take his shirt off up on stage in front of all the moms and started getting it. I think that was also the year maybe Mayor Walsh had stopped by, and they said, Mayor is just here to support, the Linden community. He's not going to, say any words. And I said, okay. And I get up there, and the first thing I do is like, Marty, get up here, you son of a bitch. Come on, you know you want to talk to the people.
This guy's working blue.
Yeah.
He's got guys taking his shirt off, and he gets away unscathed.
Well, they didn't have me back after that. That was the last one I ever did.
I mean, you were working fast and loose. I didn't do anything like that. I can assure you that. I don't remember exactly what I said. I know I was just making fun of the hey, parents, we get it. This is stupid. These birdhouses, but let's go. We're all adults here.
You mock the birdhouses.
That's exactly what it was. The accusation was, it wasn't that there's no kids. It's all just the parents of the kids.
You should refer to them as avian sanctuaries.
This is not far off. There's no thing I did it's the cafeteria. There's 30 people. They're all parents.
Yeah.
I'm auctioning off birdhouses. There's no microphone. I'm just talking.
Right.
It was ludicrous. Just shut up. My God. Sit there. Everyone should want to leave. That should be everyone's goal, is leaving. Boy, did that piss me off. Now you got me going. And then they acted like it was partially my fault. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? Thanks a lot. I didn't. How about I wouldn't have gone to this thing, let alone hosted it. And now I got hecklers and I didn't react to the guy. I was just like, huh? What's going on?
Have you ever seen that guy? Did he live?
You'll never see these people again on the planet. You know that.
Right.
I mean, come on, John.
Go to a town meeting.
It's
a town meeting. It's once a year they come out.
Right. It's I have friends who's have little kids, and they're like, I don't get along with this person at soccer. I go, you'll never see these people on the planet again. Use soccer and these dumb events when they're little. Bring people together that you will never, ever run across again in your entire life. Their kids go to basketball with sweaters and button-down shirts and jeans on. I mean, there's real maniac families. You're never going to see them again. They live on a different plane of existence. It's really quite odd. They love marathons. That I can tell you. You've never seen more marathon jackets in your life than at a youth soccer game. And then you'll never see these people again. They're too busy running around and talking about the marathons that they run. Ugh. And you had bringing the mayor up and having people take their shirts off, and everyone sat there and behaved.
Well, Marty, Coach Zach, man, he was a hunk.
Marty, you son of a bitch.
And everyone behaved. Everyone behaved for Hardy. Hardy had a nice audience. He didn't have some crazy-ass Russian guy or something yelling and screaming at him.
Are you saying that the crowd unjustly persecuted you?
All I know is if I was in the crowd, the guy could do anything, and I would shut up. I just would sit there. I'm not going to heckle the guy that's... What, are you out of your mind? It's so stupid. And then as soon as your kids get to a certain age, all these people disappear and everything gets somewhat normal. You're dealing with fringes of society at that age. Real maniacs that you'll never see again. I'm not joking. It's hateful psychos.
Sociopaths.
Real maniacs.
All the sociopaths are parents of elementary school-age children.
You understand what I'm saying? Everything kind of evens out, as the kids get older, and people
they really do.
People go to the respected corners, and everyone kind of stays away.
You okay?
No, it was it wasn't even the guy. It was afterwards they were acting like there was some kind of discussion of, I don't even remember what the discussion was. I just remember being perplexed as I do this for a living. What are you talking about? You're not allowed to yell at me. What's going on? How about this? We forget any of this happened and we just all shut up, you idiots. Stupid co-op school. Ugh.
Kiss this right here.
Yeah.
Sweet bitch.
Hardy's got people having sex on stage. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. All right. Very good. We'll be back in just a moment.
Did you catch the game last night?
What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what is going on?
All right, NBA playoffs last night, Eastern Conference. Detroit Pistons visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers. With that, the Pistons up 2-1 in that series. Cade Cunningham exerting his alpha male status there in the first quarter.
Stars doubled. Back to Duncan, left corner. Outside to Cade. This is the long gun on the way and down. And the Pistons now lead them 3-2.
So there you go. There's the first bucket of the game, and the Pistons would hold the lead at halftime. Now, interesting to note that the Cavaliers did score the last few points of the second quarter. All right? So, momentum after a field goal or two heading into the locker room. Apparently, because they would come out in the third quarter and dominate.
Duncan Robinson makes this a 9-point game at 82-73. Harden, left wing three. Perfect! James Harden says, I'll match your three with a long ball of my own.
That would be the Cleveland in the midst of I believe a 24-0 run that went from the last few seconds of the first half through the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. What did you say? 22 straight points to start the second half, John?
Yeah, they got 2 free throws at the end of the first half, and then they scored the first 22 of the second half.
Oh. Okay, so what happened what Cleveland did is there's twofold what happened to the Pistons. Well, threefold. Well, Donovan Mitchell went off and James Harden couldn't miss. But aside from that, they for somehow have confused the Pistons by doubling Cade Cunningham right away. And it's thrown them into complete disarray. And they don't know how to handle that offensively. And then second, Asar Thompson, they were calling fouls on him at the beginning of the game that you were just like, huh? And it completely screwed him. He got screwed up the entire game.
Didn't Duren get into foul trouble too?
Well, Asar Thompson Duren got into foul trouble later in the game, but Asar Thompson got 2 quick fouls called on him. He only played 19 minutes in that game, and he was a disaster. So this LeVert kid comes in, and he scores. He's the only one for the team that can score.
You got the good LeVert instead of the bad LeVert.
But the thing is that that's not how you're going to win games.
Yeah.
So they got to regroup and figure out how they're going to, because Cunningham's the only guy who can reliably score for them. And if they take care of him, they have no other options. So they're going to have to figure something out. I don't think Cleveland rolls off 4 wins in a row. There has to be a solution. But for 2 games now, they've just doubled. They have someone in Cunningham from the minute they inbound. And then as soon as he crosses half court, they double him and they stop him. And then they scramble. Duren can't score. Thompson can't score at all. So you've got 2 guys on the floor that can't score. So they're completely relying on Robinson, who took 2 shots yesterday.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson, that was the only 3 he hit. That was the only shot he made.
And then in Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris can't be your second scorer on a playoff
Smart
team.
move by Cleveland.
See. So yeah, but you would think that you could draw something up to, if you know what they're doing, you could draw something up to.
You got whiteboards.
Yeah, to somehow figure out how you're gonna.
Yeah.
But there's no whiteboard solution for the officiating problem. So says J.B. Bickerstaff.
It's unacceptable. It is. We didn't do enough, obviously, to help ourselves, and I'll start there. But, ever since we came to Cleveland, the whistle has changed. There's no way that one guy on their team shoots more free throws than our team. We're not a settle team. We're not a jump shooting team. We drive the ball, attack the paint. So what was done out there tonight, it's frustrating.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, again,
you look at that. Usually, you look at coaches that bitch and moan about the officiating. Like, all right, Cleveland got called for 15 fouls. Detroit got called for 27 fouls, and the free throw discrepancy. Cleveland shot 34 free throws. Detroit shot 12.
Right.
So there is a complaint there.
Well, no, and I told you, it's like when you're a pitcher and you're a ground ball pitcher, and they don't call low strikes. And you're just like, well, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how I'm going to adjust to this. Thompson had what looked like 2 clean blocks, and right at the beginning of the game, and they called fouls, and it completely threw him out of sync. mean, it changed the way that the Pistons operated defensively. Now, a 23-0 run, you got to stop them defensively. But there were times during that run where the Pistons stopped them and they go to the other end of the floor, and it was just chaos. So, like, it was as much them struggling offensively as it was Cleveland going off offensively.
Yeah, and Bickerstaff was referring to the fact that Donovan Mitchell himself had 15 free throw attempts, and as you just said, John, the Pistons had a total of 12.
Yeah, there's off-ball fouls. Like it was. I don't know. Maybe the Webb. I was thinking just maybe the Wembanyama thing. The league was all like, don't allow anything. Like, get real in there.
Yeah.
And Cleveland's kind of like pussy team, and the Pistons have pushed people around, and I'm wondering if somehow they got into the officials' heads, because I listened to Blaha the first half of the first quarter because I was driving around, and
that was cruising.
I was just driving around Newton, just with the windows down. Exactly. I was looking for chicks, just looking for chicks. They say, yep. I mean, you don't buy a Bronco if you're not going to, try to catch some tail on a Monday night.
P-Wagon.
Absolutely. I was like, Zoe, get in the back seat.
Yeah. So slide down in your seat a little bit.
I'm like, get in the back seat because Dad's going to hunt some tail while I'm driving you back to your mom's house.
Pull some strange.
But Blah was like, okay, well, the Pistons are screwed. He was saying that 5 minutes into the game. He's like, they're screwed. They're calling stuff that you can't call, and you get 2 quick fouls. You're your best defensive player, and there you are. It goes on from there. So Bickerstaff, I believe, was justified. And I'll tell you, it's entertaining when a team takes 34 free throws. It's really entertaining.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good game to watch.
Especially when it's just put the ball in the basket and then you stop it all the time. It's a lot of fun.
So does Detroit win the series or not?
Yeah, I think they probably win the series. I do, because if I can figure out what's going on, then certainly I would hope that the Pistons can figure out what's going on.
But the question is, and you've been on this for a long time, you said this far before the playoffs started, they're basically a one-man team with a bunch of other guys way in the back seat there. So can Detroit do it despite the fact that they know what's going on? Do they have the personnel to do it?
I think that they're better than Cleveland, but I think that they will win the series because they have home court, but I don't know.
Here's the problem.
Certainly a push.
In a series like this where it gets down to a best 2 of 3, or, God forbid, for Detroit, a game 7, and the other team has the most explosive scorer, that's the danger. Donovan Mitchell, I think, scored 39 points in the second half.
Yeah, but Cunningham in the 2 wins went off in the fourth quarter. He struggled in game 2 for 3 quarters and then couldn't miss in the fourth, and he was basically their entire offense, and they were doubling him then, and he just got off. Cunningham can be that guy too.
Cunningham is a great player. He's an all-NBA player. But he's not the scorer that Mitchell is.
I get it, but he has proven in this series and in the Orlando series that for the fourth quarter that he can dominate. And I agree, Donovan Mitchell's a better scorer, but Cunningham has shown it. Look, what do I know? All I know is that I certainly don't think that the Pistons are in an incredible amount of trouble. I mean, they lost 2 in Cleveland. Okay. I mean, did you think the Pistons were going to sweep the series? I mean, no. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons go and beat Cleveland by 10 points tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland. I hate to play the fence, but yes, I do think the Pistons will win this series. By how much? 51%. I think 1%. I mean, honestly, I didn't watch that game. I didn't watch game 3 or 4 and go, wow, Cleveland's so much better than the Pistons. No. This is a joke. I mean, the Pistons should have gotten killed in game 3. They were getting destroyed, and they were losing by 17 points, with very little time left in the third, and they came back and took the lead.
No, there's no doubt Detroit is not just a little bit better. Detroit, if you look at the roster, is a much better team, but now that we're here and it's the best 2 out of 3, weird things tend to happen.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. But the Pistons have home court. They're supposed to be the better team. Cunningham has proven a lot this playoffs. So I would give them a 51% chance of winning. I don't know what else to tell you. I can't prognosticate. I am paying attention to this series, and I do know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I cannot I am not any kind of J.D. Bickerstaff. I can tell you the officiating was terrible. That I can tell you. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hear the headline.
Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy, and the NFL schedule release is happening on Thursday, but you will hear drips and drabs as it comes out. But if you like Sunday afternoon football, clear your schedule. Your Sundays are wide open late in the season because the NFL is really having some fun. So Thanksgiving weekend, there's a game on that Wednesday.
Yep.
Then there's 3 games on Thanksgiving. Then there's a game on Black Friday. So that's effing 5 games before Sunday.
That's only one extra, right? They had a game on Black Friday last year and 3 games on Thanksgiving Day. The Wednesday thing's new.
All I'm saying is that, and then there has to be a game on Sunday night. So that's 6 games that aren't Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So the 1 o'clock slate that day week is not going to be super fun. And then the new thing, though, is Christmas is a real ass show. Because they have a game on Christmas Eve, which is Thursday. Then they have 3 games on Christmas. So that's another week where you're going to get just a bunch of crap on Sunday, which is really a shame because the best thing about the NFL is you don't feel like a loser sitting home on a Sunday. And they're taking that away. They're making us all feel like losers.
Just the NFL, what makes it special, and it was made it special all these years, is it's one day. You set in, there's a Monday night game too, but it's one day. You prepare all week for it. You're psyched for it. Now the NFL is almost every day. And it's too much. You know, you want to miss it a little bit. It's the anticipation that really gets you ready for it.
But at least in my experience, and I hear this from other people too on the radio and things, is that I'm more likely at a Sunday at 1 o'clock to kind of flip around and watch random games than I certainly am on a Thursday night at 8:30. I mean, if there's 2 teams I could give a rat's ass about, I'm not gonna watch it. It would take a really special matchup for me to just sit down and watch 3 hours of football on a Thursday night. And then they think just because it's Christmas Eve that somehow you're locked in, like you're trapped at home and you're just going to watch anything. You had that special thing. I realized that most years the Lions are garbage and that, you know, that was forever the noon game. Now they keep pushing it back and pushing it back. But the noon game on Thanksgiving, and that was wallpaper for people. But at least it was a tradition, and you just knew it was happening, and there was some kind of solace in that. But now they just keep jamming it in, and now what made the NFL, in my opinion, they did it to the draft too, is that Sunday afternoon, it was a fun day. You had an excuse. You were in the more games that are on, the more variety there is, and the more fun it is to watch. But I'll tell you this: is just because it's Christmas Eve, I'm not, and just because I happen to maybe be home, doesn't mean I'm watching whatever crap you put on my plate.
Well, between that and all of your church visits that time of year,
I do go to. My mother sings in the choir. I do go to church. I forgot to call my mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did. And then because they had been in town for a week and I was flying back from Detroit, so I got all mixed up. And then I called my mom and she didn't answer, so I called the house phone and my dad answered and I said, forgot to call Mom on Mother's Day. And he goes, I know.
Oh,
and I went, oh, no.
That's bad.
But they had been in town. I mean, they'd been in town for
Did you give her a Mother's Day gift while she was here?
No.
Oh, boy.
No, I didn't buy her Mother's Day gift.
Okay.
I bought her a present for her birthday. Mother's Day gift was the 7 meals I bought them. How about that?
Doesn't count. You know it.
No, when you're 84, you should demand a trinket from your son, your 51-year-old son.
Jewelry, electronics.
Right, because everyone knows what to get an 84-year-old woman. Yeah. And what'd you get your mom?
This is where you really missed out not having a sibling. My sister this year brilliantly said, Mom has always wanted, never had anyone to come in and clean. My mother is a very, very clean person herself. Her home is spotless.
It's almost a problem.
Yeah, one would think. Yeah, it could be. But she's not weird about it. It's just she keeps a very, very clean home. But she's always wanted someone to come in and do what? I don't know. There's nothing to clean. But my sister said, hey, why don't we get a cleaning person for Mom and just do it for, a year or something? That'll be a Mother's Day gift. I said, great idea. And the woman came in once and said, okay, I don't need to come more than once a month. I'll be here for like half an hour. I'm like, great. What's the total cost? I'll split it with you, sis. So that's what we did.
Yeah, I forgot to call my mother. I felt very bad about it. I talked to her yesterday. I apologized. We're on good terms.
One thing to get to here before we finish up the Lakers series, as we figured would be over after last night, as Oklahoma City Thunder, although it was tied with about 40 seconds to go.
Double, down the lane, Hartenstein, lobs, inside Holmgren, catching, pump fakes, James, spins, dunks, Thunder by one, Chet Holmgren, don't be so mean, a thundering two-hand send down.
Yeah, there's no listening to that. I understand you're in Oklahoma City and that there's not a lot.
A thundering two-hand, come on.
It's too much. I find it very difficult to believe that the fans of that team like that guy. It's too much. We all know it. They know it. Oh. You play people for rubes, but there's the internet and things. Society has changed. You can only be so far removed. I mean, they know. There's no way that people in Oklahoma City like that guy. In fact, I'm sure if we did a little digging, we could find plenty of solid insults directed his way via Oklahoma City-based websites and things of that nature. Because it's too many words. You know it and I know it. It's no mystery. John, you do play-by-play. That's too many words.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's like you're the eyes for the audience. Yeah. You're doing it on the radio. Your job is to be the eyes of the audience. It's not to jazz it all up. It's very boring. And does they even have a color guy?
I don't know the answer
I've
to
never
that.
heard him in one of those clips.
I don't know.
LeBron James after the game, not remarkably, not saying what's going to happen next.
You guys asked me about it, and I've answered questions. Yeah, I don't think I've come out like, oh, retirement is coming. I mean, what my future, I don't know. Obviously, this is obviously we're still fresh from, obviously losing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously, as it stands right now tonight. I got a lot of time. I'll sit back like I think I said it last year after we lost, I think, to Minnesota, to go back and recalibrate with my family and talk with them and spend some time with them. And then when the time comes, obviously, you guys know.
The thing about LeBron, obviously, he's 41. He's going to be 42 next season. He can still play. He's still far and away the best player on that team. He can't play for as long, but he's still a great player. So I would think retirement has to do with where the Lakers go.
Well, the Lakers aren't going to keep him. And so apparently the Lakers aren't keeping him, and he would make league minimum if he went or around league minimum or veterans minimum, whatever it is, if he went somewhere else except for Cleveland. Apparently, I read a long article about it like 2 months ago, is that Cleveland, for whatever reason, could absorb a deal for LeBron James. Like they have some kind of salary structure where guys are leaving where they could take LeBron James back. But if he wanted to go to Golden State or he wanted to go to any other kind of contender, he wouldn't get paid.
Maybe Cleveland has one of those trade exceptions like the Celtics do.
For whatever reason, it was Cleveland. It was like the Lakers aren't going to keep him, and that he would have, because it was a big story about the Buss family, and then it segued into the future of LeBron James, because that organization's all, with the ownership is all in flux and screwing around, so they can't keep him. So it's not going to be. It's a long way from the decision. His options are fairly limited, apparently, unless he wants to go play, for very little money somewhere.
It would be nice if Jim Gray could somehow insert himself again, though.
Well, he's too busy with that museum that no one cares about in Vegas.
At the Fontainebleau, sure.
Yeah.
Legends or whatever it is.
I'm in Vegas. Let's go walk to the Fontainebleau and take a tour of a
spend $30.
Museum. Yeah,
lots of openings, lots of availability.
Tom Brady's really coming off likable in his retirement. It's a lot of fun with him. The 3.5 hour roast, apparently he was a big dud at, and he didn't even stay on the dais so he could be made fun of. He got out of Dodge. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Let's go. Hey, we're back.